All right, today we are going to dive in and talk about, is your business good? Might be thinking, okay, what does that mean? Today I'm going to walk you through 5 steps to creating a business that's good. I keep saying that, right? And if you recognize that good as a slogan from Campbell's Soup, then A, you've been around for a little while, and B, they've done a really good job when it comes to marketing their business. And although that campaign has, and even their spellings of good has changed over the years, their slogan hasn't. As a matter of fact, that good Campbell Soup slogan has been around since the 1930s. Now that's impressive. It's impressive because as a company, you know that you have to find a way or ways to connect with your market and with your product or service. Not all of us have, a physical product or something that we're marketing. Maybe it's, digital. Maybe it's something that's not tangible, like coaching services. The results can be tangible, but the service or product itself or the offer may not be. Um, you have to find a way to connect with your market, hence the name marketing. Think of marketing as a magnet. It's attracting the right people to your business. Now, as creatives, entrepreneurs, and small business growers, we're all too familiar with the importance of marketing, but maybe we're a little less truthful, especially with ourselves, when it comes to understanding it. There's so much out there in the industry telling us what we should do, what we shouldn't do, what marketing should look like, what marketing should feel like, what all of the things, right? And we're pretty good at a few things when it comes to our marketing, and but maybe not everything. Tell me if you are uh, found in these common mistakes and mishaps. All right. Listen to these and think like, that's me. That's me. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 commenting, common marketing mistakes and mishaps. Whew, say that 3 times fast. Number 1, mimicking someone. Mimicking someone else's successful marketing and wondering why it's not sustainable for you. Well, look at her post. She's got thousands of likes and shares and follows and everything else. Well, I did the same thing she did. How come I'm not getting the same? How come it's not working for me? That's mistake number 1, mimicking someone else's. Number 2, this is one, I don't care who you are. I think we've all fallen into this category at some point or another. Number 2, making excuses as to why your marketing isn't working. Oh, it must be, the algorithm. Oh, you know what? I think I posted at the wrong time. I should have probably posted on this day and this time. Oh, well, it's the platform. What's working over here isn't working over there. Um, that's common marketing mistake or mishap number 2, making excuses. And last but not least, again, I feel like we've all been guilty of this at some point, sometime, and that's moving on. We move on to another platform using the same tactics that didn't work over on another platform, but expecting different results. Is that you? Does that sound familiar to you? Mimicking someone else's results and expecting the same outcome for you? Making excuses, it's got to be the algorithm, it's got to be the platform, it's got to be something else. And then the third thing is moving on to another platform, but using the same tactics that didn't work in another, basically jumping ship, right? So we're going to get into what I like to call the 5 steps and as we'll call it. I don't know why I'm on this M kick. Everything in this is M's. I don't know why I'm stuck on M's. Anyway, I love alliteration. So there's that. Okay. So now, before you assume that I am some type of expert in marketing, let me assure you, I am not. However, I am getting better at it, and I am getting literally professional help. I will put a link in the show notes for you, but I follow Wise Owl Marketing. See, they have marketing in their name. Has been fantastic. And they have a weekly newsletter that goes out with help with marketing tips and all that. They're fantastic. Anyway, all that to tell you that I am by no means an expert in marketing, but I do seek out the ones that are. Today, we're going to get into what I believe you need for, again, good business. So I am, however, at least I believe, an expert in connecting the dots between one's God-given purpose and using their business as a vehicle to live it productively in real life, like your real life. So I'm over here researching and experimenting until I find processes that work, and then I share them with you. So this is a bit of a collection of all of those things when it comes to marketing your business. We think that it's about marketing and getting our business out there, but it's actually deeper than that. So in practical terms, I found out that there's this kind of formula, let's call it, for identifying what's going to make your marketing good. And that in turn is going to make your business good. And I've broken it down into 5 steps that, in case you haven't guessed it, all begin with the letter M. So let's get going. So the 5 steps to creating a business that's good. Step number 1 is message. Think of this as answering the what question, as in, what are your experiences, perspectives, and beliefs on the particular topic, issue, or product that your market is seeking? See, answering these what questions helps you formulate your core message. This is your soapbox. This is what you stand on. This is when it comes to this is what you believe. This is what your experiences are. This is your perspective. Remember earlier I said marketing is that magnet that's going to attract the right people to your product or service. This is where messaging comes in. And this is helping you formulate what I like to call your core message. And without really knowing who you are beyond titles, labels, and even your past histories, you're going to have a tough time keeping yourself centered and focused on the right message, yours. And core values are also your best decision filters. What do I mean by that? One of the things that I work through with my clients, this is one of the very first things that we talk about, our core values, is getting to the core of you and who you are beyond those titles, labels, and past histories. And as a matter of fact, I'll put the link in the show notes as well. The Prioritize Focus Guide is an excellent place to start. There's a little snapshot of this, digging into your core values, in this little workbook. And I'll put a link in the notes on how to get that. And the reason why that's a good decision filter is because once you know what your core values are, you begin to filter decisions through that, who you are. Anyway, so step number 1 is about your message. So when people come to you, there is some type of a mess that they're in and they want to get out of. This is where your message becomes the invitation to whether or not you can help them. So I would sum up step number one, message, as this: message is what you understand about a particular mess and the hope that you offer to help get them out of it. Okay. I know we're talking about marketing, and maybe you're thinking about like, she's going to give me marketing secrets or whatever. These are 5 steps. These are the foundations that are going to help you market, become that magnet that brings the right people to you. And the very first one is message. Get your message right. Your message is what you understand about a particular mess that someone is in or that they want to get out of, and the hope that you offer to help them. Okay. Step one, message. Step two, market. Regardless if you are online, a pop-up, or a brick and mortar business, your market is about where your particular genius is needed. Did you catch that? Where? Market is not about finding your ideal avatar, your target audience, or your potential customer, buyer, niche. Yes, these are all industry terms that we're all too familiar with when it comes to marketing for our business. And while it works, quote unquote, is it really your best focus? Do you like the thought of you being a market to every website, social scroll, commercial, or advertisement that you encounter? Of course not. What resonates with you, with me, with anyone else is the message. The same is true for your people. As a matter of fact, what if you thought of those that resonate with your message as your assignment instead of your quote unquote people or market? With that mindset of them being your assignment, you are assigned to help these people get out of this mess. Remember your message, and you're that magnet. Your message is the hope that you offer to help get them out of their mess. Now, with that mindset, you can show up in the places where your particular genius is needed, where you're relevant and responded to, and where you're the bridge between where they are and how you can help. So market is where you need to show up and share your message. I want to reiterate that because so often we are taught and even think that market is about a who. Market is about where you need to show up and share your message. Step number 3, and our third M in our little good business. Step 3 is mission. Now, mission is often overlooked, neglected, and maybe more truthfully, misidentified. Mission is about who. See, we want to quickly jump to who, as in who's my market, but really, who is about the person that's ready for you and what you offer. Let me say that again. Mission is about the person that's ready for you and what you offer. Mission is about being prepared and committed to helping the person who's ready for you and what you have to offer. You can't be quick to jump to mission without first having a strong message. If you don't know the why behind your message and where that message is needed most, you'll be tempted to give up on your mission, which is the commitment to help the person who resonates with your message of hope. Is this kind of coming together for you? I hope that it is. So to sum up mission is who is ready for you to step into your commitment in how you help them. You ever hear, oh, she's on mission? Yeah, she's committed to help that person who raised their hand and said, I'm ready. I'm ready for what you were telling me about in your message. Step 4, mindset. As business peeps, we are either sick of this step or we're all too comfy perfecting it. And I'm not even going to elaborate on that because I know you know what I mean. Mindset, mindset, mindset. We hear it all the time, right? So for this step, I'm going to wrap it up and say prioritized is the word I'm going to use for connecting this step for you. As in, when your beliefs and actions match, that means that you're prioritizing your time. When your glow comes from knowing you're in the flow of doing what literally lights you up, then you're prioritized. And when you find yourself having fun, things are easier and they're even fueling you, then your mindset is prioritized. So step 4, mindset, is when you're prioritizing the right kind of focus on your message, market, and mission. And last but not least, step number 5, and our final M in making your business good, is mastery. Can you guess how important this step is when it comes to an good business? Like the previous step, mindset, mastery can be one that we either ignore or obsess over. And obsessing over it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you'll have to know what it is that you're supposed to prioritize mastering or not. See, we can hide behind busy. That's not mastery. Mastery comes down to your willingness to focus. What masters your mind will master your life. What you focus on becomes your reality. Your thoughts become your beliefs and then your actions. These are all common feel-good motivation, inspiration. We hear it a lot, right? But are we internalizing that thought process, that inspirational quotes into actual motivation? And if you've been with me, you know I say this all the time. Inspiration is an inside job that produces an outward result called motivation. See, we look for people to give us motivation. They can't. Motivation is the outward manifestation of an inward inspiration. So if you're not doing the work you're doing in here, you're not going to have the outward result of motivation out here. So did you know that wisdom is at the root of mastery? Making wise decisions will certainly help you have mastery over your choices, actions, and words. And I love this. Did you know that one of the original meanings of wisdom is skill, and more specifically, skill at war? Love that. Like what an imagery that brings up. You know, wisdom means skill at war. Love that. And I find it so interesting. So your habits become your life. So wouldn't it make sense to master your habits? This may be the last step in our good business building, but it's by no means the least of this needed process. So to wrap it up, mastery is how much you practice what it takes to create lasting habits. So there you go, my friends. A business that's good is as simple as that. Simple, but not necessarily easy, right? You still have to put in the work necessary to create what your message is, where your market is, and who your mission is even for. Then when you get your mindset prioritized, you'll know exactly how to practice and put in the focus behind your ultimate mastery. Ha! How'd you like that breakdown? If you weren't on board with my M's of this list, I gave it to you in terms of something a bit more familiar. What, where, who, when, and even how. But that why is in there, but that's on you. When the focus is on the mission, showing up in the right market with the method and the messaging becomes easy. And listen, I'm prioritizing the focus for a good business right there with you. I will see you next time. And if you haven't liked this or hit the subscribe button, please do that now. You can follow me over at prioritizefocus.com for the latest blog posts, resources, events, things like that. Thanks for watching or listening if you're over on the podcast.